Hi everybody in YouTube. I'm laid back in my recliner again with my little netbook on my lap on a lap desk and sitting back and relaxing. I've been very busy because I have surgery on Wednesday and I've got a lot of stuff to get done before I go to surgery, because once I get out of surgery I've got the whole recovery time and I'll be doped up on painkillers and won't be able to do a whole lot for a while I recover and all that, and I'm on drugs, narcotics and stuff. So it's been a whirlwind of activity for me and I'm sitting here exhausted. But on to the subject of this video. Please understand why it's taking me so long to get videos out. For all of my accounts, I'm just literally very swamped. Part 2 on MAV and church and why it's a bad combination. So, even before you properly get diagnosed with MAV, when you've had it for a long time, you kind of get an idea of what it feels like when you have an attack, and you know what it most likely isn't because you've had all these tests done and they all keep coming out normal, so you know it's most likely not diabetes, not blood pressure going on, not, because it's always normal. Even when you're sick, you get your blood pressure tested and it's normal. You know that it's not this and it's not that, and you try to at least let the pastors know what it isn't so that they don't go all hysterical thinking that you're dying on them or something. And the problem is, you call the front desk, it's hard to get past the receptionist, and they're busy. They don't want to hear you griping and complaining, supposedly, even though you know that they need to know this. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to deal with it. They've got a million other things that they'd really rather do. And if you keep pressing the issue, then you start being looked at as a whiner and a complainer and someone who drags down pastors, and you get called lazy. And I had one Baptist pastor tell me, well, what your problem is, you don't take enough advantage of the resources out there for you, and in our native France we don't have welfare and we have to pick up ourselves off our bootstraps and work. And you get another pastor like one guy who said to me that I care more about myself than the Word of God, and baloney like that. And you start just getting kind of mad at pastors and kind of distrusting pastors and kind of resentful, because it feels like if they don't care enough to want to know what to do if you have an episode and what not to do and whatever, then they're not worth your time. You feel like they're scum, and that maybe they think that you're scum, and ends up, at least for me anyway, years and years of having MAV and not having it properly diagnosed and having to deal with other people's reactions to my having it, is just really builds up a lot of resentment and anger and angst and not real great feelings. And it's one of the reasons why I refuse to regularly attend any church. And it's my second, like I said, this is the second part on my video series on why I believe MAV in church is a bad combination. Pastors are just too busy. They don't want to hear it. They don't want you bothering them. And especially, you know, some of them will pray over you and even anoint you with oil, but then you don't get healed. After a while, they kind of give up. And part of me kind of doesn't blame them, because it just seems, you know, MAV just, one thing I really find about this disorder is it really drags on and on and on. And it's like you're sick every day in, day out, day in, day out, for years and years and years. And it's like people with MAV, like myself, we complain about the same things, and there's no end. And of course it ruins our ability to get, you know, to relate to the pastors and other staff members at church. So I'll make a third video pretty soon. This is part 2, and I will meet you next in part 3. Have a great day, and God bless.